A warm good morning to one and all present here. Hope you are all fine with this bright morning. Myself, Ms. Meena Joskumpan, HOD, Department of Computer Science, Yuvakshetra College. Respected Director of Yuvakshetra College, Reverend Dr. Matthew George Warrell, Principal Dr. Tommy Anthony, Vice Principal Reverend Dr. Lalu Olikal, today's eminent resource person, Dr. G. Rega, Advisor, Dr. K. Veerakumar, Zonal Committee members, academicians, research fellows, guests from industry, faculties, students, and my dear team. Do not wait for someone else to come and speak for you. It's you can change the world. With the quotes of Ms. Malala Yousafzai, we can start today's session. Once again, welcome you all to the segment 2 of national webinar organized by Department of Computer Science, Yuvakshetra College, Kerala. Now, I welcome respected Principal Dr. Tommy Anthony, Yuvakshetra College, to address the gathering. I welcome you, sir.
I'm Tommy Anthony, Principal of Yuvakshetra College. A word about Yuvakshetra College. Yuvakshetra College is an affiliated college of University of Calicut, and this college is managed by the Diocese of Palakkad. Our computer department is organizing a 5-day national webinar on the topic Creative Adaptation with Latest IT Trends. And today, the second day, Dr. G. Rega will be with you. So on behalf of all of you, I would like to welcome Dr. G. Rega for this webinar. And also I'm taking this opportunity to welcome all of you. And also I'm taking this opportunity to congratulate our computer department for organizing such a very good webinar. So all the very best to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable guidance and support. Once again, I cordially welcome Dr. G. Rega to lead the session on emerging trends in IT at 2020. Welcome you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you all. A very good morning to one and all. I hope all are good and healthy in this pandemic. So, keeping this note, let me start with the presentation.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. I hope you can see my screen. Very good morning to one and all. So my session is on what are the latest trends that are there in IT for 2020. So I'll just give a glance on what are the different emerging trends that are there in the market and what job opportunities it is providing for the current 2020, right? So let's start with the presentation. So these are the buzzwords that we generally listen in our day-to-day life. That is artificial intelligence, machine learning, blockchain, cybersecurity, IoT, Internet of Things, virtual reality, and augmented reality. RPA, robotic process automation. So everywhere, every time when we see any website or when we talk to the friends, some of these technologies we will come across. So this actually, I'll say these are all ruling right now. These technologies are ruling the market. So if you have a knowledge of this technologies, I think we can go forward to do much better things in life. So focusing this, I'll just have glance on all these topics, and I'll say how the market is right now and what the people are doing or industry is doing on all these aspects will be discussed in this session. Let's start with the first topic, artificial intelligence. Now, artificial intelligence. What is artificial intelligence? We basically see in our day-to-day life, like we have Siri, we have Alexa. What does they do? They just mimic human. They just remove the human place. The task of this is to recognize the voice or identify the person and try to do many things by using different technologies or different algorithms. So this has been a buzzword, and it has been used in our day-to-day lives as much as possible. And technologies are driven in such a way that they are trying to replace the human in terms of a machine. So I just define AI as a computer system which is built to mimic human intelligence and perform tasks such as recognition of images, speech, or patterns, and make the decision. For example, your smartwatch. What does your smartwatch do? Your smartwatch every day it records data. It tells you, oh yeah, you burned this many calories, or it says that you had a good sleep of 8 hours. You had a good sleep hours, sound sleep hours, 7 hours. So when you track your smartwatch, it gives you a complete data of what you are doing from all your 24/7.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
Can I check the visibility of the screen to everyone?
Yeah, please.
Audience, have you seen the screen that ma'am was presenting? Okay. Okay. Ma'am, can you pin the screen, presentation screen?
I'm sharing it as completely. I'm sharing the complete window. Is it not visible?
Okay, somebody is seeing, but somebody is not seeing.
They have to click on my presentation. Like my name will be coming in the list. There you have a presentation icon. Once they click on that, they can view my presentation. If they are accessing through mobile, basically.
Okay.
Yeah. Please tell them that. Go to my name in the chart or in the list. Click on the icon button, then they will get the presentation. If they are using the mobile, right?
Okay.
Still, if anyone is facing the problem, please let me know. If not, I'll continue with my session.
Oh, okay. Audience, are you clear with the screen?
Yeah, I hope audience are clear with my screen as well as my voice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. That's clear.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. So as we see, like the smartwatches, what does the smartwatches do? It will try to capture the data 24/7. It says that your sleeping habits. Your sleeping habits are so and so. You have burned so many calories. You did this. Your eating habits. Everything has been captured. So what exactly it is doing? It is trying to analyze your data. So there where the artificial intelligence has come into picture. So there are wide tasks that are performing by these algorithms, and it is more accurate than what the human does. So the examples that we take in our day-to-day lives where we use much of your AI services are like navigating apps, streaming services, smartphones just now, which I talk about, then ride-sharing apps, personal home assistants are Alexa, smart home devices. So if you take, for example, I'll give you an example. If you take the driving patterns captured by American or Canada vehicles, they use ODB, that means onboard devices. What does this ODB does is, it tries to capture the driving behavior of the person. Why it does, for example, there is a person who's going on a long drive on a weekend, and he's driving very rash. So what happens is the data has been captured, and that data is moved to the insurance company, which has been clubbed with that particular vehicle. And there are certain points that have been given to the person in terms of benefiting. We call it as a membership card. So if you're driving properly and everything goes fine, your points will be added. If you are driving rash, your points will come down. Such kind of process has been adopted. Wherein this is how the data has been used by different industries or different companies, and everywhere we are trying to capture the data. And AI is playing a very good role in analyzing everything that comes as a data to it. So there are a lot of jobs that are coming in terms of AI, and it has been predicted that there are around 23 millions of jobs that's maybe proposed by 2020. So these jobs include AI engineer, it can be a developer, it can be a programmer, it can be a testing part, support or maintenance. So there are a lot of job opportunities when you go for AI technology. So where exactly it is used? It is used everywhere. As I said, AI has been used everywhere. Like for example, now in this COVID pandemic also, they are developing robotics, robots. What does a robot do? It's serving the patients rather than human or the nurse going and serving the COVID patients. They are the robots that they are serving the patients. So how they are doing this? They are doing by using artificial intelligence. So in healthcare, we are using, in education also, like most of the automated grading systems, when you take any Byju's app, for example, it will track the students' progress and it will give her in the form of a report. Okay, so even in autonomous vehicles, driverless vehicles, for travel industries, predicting what kind of patterns, the pricing patterns it may predict for the upcoming next week travels, or social media. Everywhere they are using AI to betterment their business, to get revenue out of this business. So there is AI, and you have a lot of opportunities when you, as a student, if you want to make your career in AI, you have to be thorough with all the algorithms that are there. At most, the deployment process, because that is very important. We know the algorithms, we know how to capture the data. But the best thing that industry is looking for is the deployment. How do you deploy your algorithms? So this is how AI is being used currently in the market. Then next, I'll go for machine learning. Before going to machine learning, let me show you a glance of what are the different companies that are moving towards AI. This is a study by CB Insight for 2020, wherein, as I said, every organization is moving to artificial intelligence and machine learning, all kind of terms. So these are the industries where we find in healthcare, there are certain industries that they are applying AI. In finance and insurance, there are certain industries that they are using AI, transport, construction, retail and warehouse, garment and cities, media, entertainment, education, manufacturing. So if you see, everywhere we are using, even energy has now become a very important thing. How you can save your energy. We use certain AI technologies. So like that, there are n number of opportunities where we are trying to apply artificial intelligence and get better analysis of the data, better understanding of the data, and increase the revenue. So these are the list of industries, and now we see a lot of startups that are coming. As a student, if he is good at going for a startup, then that's fine. You can go for a startup with a good idea initiated on AI. There are a lot of organizations that are coming as startups who are working on artificial intelligence. Then comes machine learning. Now, when we talk about machine learning, I don't say machine learning is different from artificial intelligence. Both are same, but then it is a subset of AI. So here in machine learning, we'll try to program the machine. Okay, we tell the machine to do a task. So to do that, we'll try to program it. We'll try to train it. So under machine learning, when we talk about machine learning, it is basically used to discover the patterns or the insight that is there in the data. This can happen only when you're trying to program it to make it much better. So it's keep on learning, and give you a better result. So here in machine learning also, when we are trying to understand the algorithms, there are two, in broad scenario, there are two types of algorithms. One is supervised learning, the other one is the unsupervised learning.
Excuse me, madam.
Yeah.
Your screen is now machine learning, regarding machine learning.
Yes.
Okay, some of the participants have still the problem. So
it takes time, ma'am, because it is, it takes time for them to see the screen because of the internet bandwidth. But
okay,
the screen comes. Okay. Right.
Okay. Many of the participants is correct with the screen, and many of pending. So please try your connection once again. Those who are not seeing the screen, that's it. Okay.
Yeah. It's based on your internet.
Yeah.
Delay. Please ensure that you have a good sound internet, right? So here, basically, when we talk about machine learning algorithms, there are two types of learnings. In broad, I'm saying, one is a supervised, the other one is an unsupervised learning. Supervised in the sense, I know what is the outcome and I try to train my machine. Unsupervised is, I don't know what is the outcome, but I try to train the machine and say that this is the outcome and this is the outcome. So that is how it will be trained. I don't want to go in depth of it because I'm just discussing only the trends that are there in the IT right now. So here, as I said, machine learning is a subset of AI. It is also a subset of where we can apply machine learning algorithms, or where we can use machine learning algorithms. Like we can use neural networks, we can use deep learning, we can use natural language processing, we can use reinforcement learning. So there are different techniques based on what kind of application that we are trying to build. That particular technique we try to adopt. So this field is growing like anything in the market, because it really gives a lot of opportunities to the talented people. Because the people who are good at probability, the people who are good at statistics, the people who are good at broad thinking and identifying some insight in the data, there is a place for them for getting into machine learning jobs, right? So here, we know that there is a lot of increase on the growth in the market of machine learning, and it is expected that it will be around $8.81 billion in 2022, as there is a huge demand for a skilled machine learning professional. So in LinkedIn also has been predicted that there will be millions of jobs that comes towards AI machine learning, wherein data analytics, data scientist, data engineer, all these are part of your machine learning. So machine learning jobs include engineering, developers, researchers, and we see most of the researchers who are doing in machine learning are trying to go into research analytic jobs, right? So there is a lot of opportunities available in the industry where you can go and grab it, but you should have a good sense of math, linear algebra, probability, and statistics. Then machine learning is a good place where you can get into it. And so what are the different industries that they are using machine learning? There are many. Because as this is the part, because machine learning, artificial intelligence, all the terms that I am discussing in this presentation are part of our life, because we see in our daily life, we use them in our daily life, right? So it has been used in virtual assistant, social media, transport. For example, social media, whenever we try to, check our Facebook status, or when we tweet something, when you check your Facebook status, or if you see your LinkedIn connections, so it will try to predict saying that there is a friend of friend, and it says that you are a common friend to him. How it is doing? It is doing by using machine learning or artificial intelligence. So this all data is meant to analyze. So different industries are using in different ways. Best example, e-commerce. I hope most of them will work on Amazon. Like they use Amazon app. So every time it says recommendation, it says that if you are buying this product, I recommend some more products for you. How it is doing? It is doing again by using machine learning algorithms. So they are everywhere. And healthcare also, you will get messages from this diagnosis, you will get messages from the other diagnostic centers saying that they are offering some kind of packages. How it is doing? Your data is already captured by that particular diagnostic center, and every new package that they are offering, they are trying to throw you, saying that to attract the customers. So all this is happening because of AI or machine learning and the data that we are trying to give in the internet, because we don't live without internet. We are bound to live with internet. So as we are using internet, we are posting our data into it, and that data has become a revenue to the industry to use our data and try to get some insights and try to generate some revenue from the data. So everywhere we use machine learning algorithm. If you take financial services, we basically concentrate on banking sectors, which try to identify who is the best customer, who is the good customer for whom we can give loan. All that are happening, fraudulent cases, all that has been identified by using machine learning and artificial intelligence. So this is all about artificial intelligence and machine learning algorithms. Now a buzzword, which we listen right now, where we call it as automation anywhere, because most of the graduate students are showing much interest into it. Why? Because this has been like a hot cake in the market right now, and it gives a good package to the students who have, and it doesn't need much programming skills. You doesn't need any in-depth skills for RPA. It is robotic process automation. We call automation anywhere. What is this is, whatever the task that we do periodically or repeatedly, rather than doing it by a human, we are incorporating a bot. The bot will do the entire task, right? For example, sending our emails periodically. Rather than human doing it, the bot will send the emails. For example, capturing the stock market rating from this period to this period. We will try to make a program, bots, we call them programs as bots, train them, and it is a job of the bot to capture the data. So this is again has been increasing a lot in the market. So RPA, robotic process automation, is automating the job. So this is software that automates the entire business process. It can be a application, processing transaction, or dealing with the data, capturing the data, or sending the email, whichever task that is of repeated process. It needs to be repeated on a day-to-day basis. Rather than doing as a part of a human, we are creating a bots. That bots will try to capture the data. So there is a lot of changeover, or we can say makeover in the industries where they are moving from people to bots. So bots will try to capture the entire data, and then the industry can use that particular data. So up to 45% of the activities right now in the industries are being automated by using RPA. Maybe it can be any kind of industry. They are trying to adopt the bots. Now, the students, it is better to grasp this opportunity because it is very easy to learn, and you can easily program it, and it is really, job opportunities are more in the market. And for those who are having a fear of getting into programming, then they didn't go for this RPA or automation anywhere. So in IT professionals, there is a lot of future for this. RPA has plenty of opportunities, career opportunities. Like you can be a RPA developer, project manager, you can be a business analyst, you can be an architect or a consultant. And basically, when you see the smile, simplyhide.com says that the average salary of RPA will be around $76.31. As I mentioned it because I've taken to the site. And they say that there are a lot of opportunities for this students who are in the 4th year. If they want to make a job opportunity, better to get trained in RPA. So this is one field where it is being much hype in the market. So this is the use case wherein the automation is being used. It can be used in customer service, it can be used in accounting, it can be used in supply chain management, it can be used in human resource, like sending the mails to all the, for example, if I want to hire someone, now I want to send my details to all the people. So I'll create a bot and try to navigate my information to all the people. I don't want a human to sit and do it late night capturing of the data. I don't want a human to sit and capture the data late night. I'll just develop a bot. The bot will look after at this particular time. It will try to capture the data and give back me the data. So that is how the automation is taking place. Even in healthcare also, there is a much trend of RPA. So that is all about RPA. Now, edge computing. So from development, I'm going for the storage, right? So whenever we talk about internet or the data that we are capturing, we know that every second, every minute, we are capturing terabytes of data. Everywhere the data is being taken. Where the data is stored, we will need a storage to store it. So basically the data will be stored in the cloud for analysis. But then there are certain cases wherein data need immediate analysis. Immediate analysis means that there should not be latency variations in the analysis. At that time, I need a support of edge. So most of the applications that are being deployed, that using we call it as edge or the fog computing to give a better analysis than waiting to the cloud and get back in the analysis. So edge computing is where it is used to do the computation tasks more faster and give back the result to the end user. So as we know, cloud computing has been a major player because AWS and Amazon Web Service has provided cloud. We have a Microsoft Azure and a Google Cloud, which are running in the market. But then there are certain applications which really need within less time the analysis or the report. So at that time, I can't go to the cloud. What I do is I fetch from the edge. So the adaptation of edge computing has come into picture. So edge computing is designed to solve such kind of problems where you want to bypass the latency that has been caused by the cloud computing. So it does the data at the edge and try to give back the result at the earliest. So some kind of critical applications wherein you want the immediate analysis, or I can say time sensitive data, then edge is a better solution for it. It does analysis and give back the result to the end user. So edge computing is been increasing. This all technologies increases as the internet is moving on. So this all are part and parcel of our lifestyle. So edge computing is increasing as the usage of internet is increasing, as IoT is being increasing. We need edge, we need cloud, we need fog. So all these are very much needed to do any kind of storage or any kind of analysis and getting some insight to the end user. So as it's been predicted that by 2022, the global edge computing market is expected to reach some around $6.72 billion. These are all statistics which I took from internet. I don't know if it will mark the same number or not, but there is a lot of growth in the market because there is a lot of growth in the technology, right? So as it is growing, there are a lot of job opportunities that are being created under edge, primarily for it comes under software engineering. So this is all about edge computing. This is the typical architecture of edge computing. As I said, we have sensors. So there are different sensors attached because we see sensors everywhere. We have a car, in cars we have sensors, GPS, We have at home, room temperature sensor, or all our, even in your smartphones, you have sensors. So everywhere you find sensors. So this sensors basically what it will do, it will sense the data. That means it will try to capture the data. Even now, by using IoT, there is a lot of improvement in the farming. We call it as precision agriculture, where we try to sense the data from the agricultural fields and give that data for further analysis. So everywhere we are using all these technologies together to make one application for the betterment for the living being, right? So this sensors basically try to capture the data. This sensors data will be moved to the cloud for the storage. So before moving to the cloud for the storage and doing further analysis, we can try to analyze certain kind of data which is very much critical and needed back immediately. We adopt the edge. What does this edge do? This edge tries to give certain real-time data processing and do certain analytics on that particular data and try to give that result back to the user, because it is very important for the user to get the result at a fingertip rather than waiting for the cloud to go. So that is where this edge has come into picture, right? Now next we have VR and AR, virtual reality and augmented reality. So when we talk about virtual reality and augmented reality, one best example which I want to give is a few days back, I got a message in a group saying that there is a school in Kerala. I don't remember the school, Malappuram in Kerala. I don't know exactly the place. The teachers are using AR technology. That is augmented reality technology. What they did is, when they are trying to demonstrate a class to the student, they are trying to visualize the pictures of that particular. For example, a teacher who's a LKG or a first class teacher who is trying to deliver or explain about animals, the different types of animals. Whenever she starts speaking about an animal, there is beside a picture as a reality picture coming across where the student can easily grasp, because we know that rather than reading 100 words, one image can be easily captured in our brain, right? So here, they adopted this VR AR technology wherein while they are teaching to the students, they are trying to demonstrate that particular picture to the student. Even I have seen one session of social sciences, which has been taught to the 5th class standard students, wherein the teacher was demonstrating about the solar system. I can't say solar system as a lecture. If I show them the galaxy, if I show them everything, then the students can understand better. So whenever she was talking about the galaxy or the solar system, there was something around the picture, beside her, showing the entire graphical view. How this has been captured? It has been captured by VR and AR. Even in the time of lockdown periods also, we got certain kind of messages saying that you can go for a virtual tour to any of the other countries. So you can see, you can have a 360-degree of virtual tour to London. That all has come, but how this has been implemented? It has been implemented by using VR, AR technology, right? So virtual reality is, I'm sorry, I just get back to my slides. Yeah, virtual reality and augmented reality is really taking up in the market. And I hope most of the students are close to this Pokemon Go games. So these are all been developed by using VR, AR technologies. But the best way which I felt happy where this has been used is in the education system of the students. Basically in India, I really felt when I saw that particular video, because they have adopted this particular technology to felicitate the students the better way of teaching to them, right? So this also is being used in training, entertainment, education, and marketing. And it also been used by the doctors to see virtual surgeries and all that. So this particular technology has been in the market for the long time, but it has been moving forward for giving a better opportunities to the people. So there are different players in VR market. We have Google, we have Samsung, and plenty of startups which are coming up and hiring the people for VR, AR, augmented reality. And there's a lot of demand for this skill because there are a lot of online realities, virtual realities where we go into the place and we play the games. So there are a lot of craze that are being shown towards the people, and as the craze is there, the people, there are a lot of opportunities for the students to get into it. So this again, this skills uh, does not require a lot of specific knowledge, but there should be some basic programming and a gaming mindset or virtual reality mindset that should be there in the student to get this particular or grasp this particular opportunity. So this is the basic difference between VR and AR. So when we talk about VR, virtual reality, where we assume to be in that particular phase, and see it, AR is augmented reality, where we try to focus on that particular scenario and try to represent that particular scenario, right? Now, next, cybersecurity. Now, what is cybersecurity? Why it has been used? This has been used uh, from since it is an emerging technology we have seen around for a while. But then this has been more critical as we are, getting into most of the internet kind of applications where we buy or where we use online payments and all that. There, this cybersecurity has come into picture, right? Cybersecurity is basically used in, for example, how secure is your data? Like every minute, every second, your data has been captured. You can even see that. For example, every week you will get a Google analysis map saying that yeah, you visited this place, you visited this place, you visited this place. So everywhere the data has been captured. So you are under data capture. So everyone can, your data is easily captured. Even you make a lot of online payments and you make a lot of online transactions. But how secure they are, right? So to make it more secure, the cyber security has come into picture. There are a lot of hacking happening. As the technology is increasing, there are a lot of things that are happening. That too, like we have hacking technology, hacking happen on the particular data. To overcome that, all there is a cyber security comes into picture. So this technology constantly grows as internet is growing. Because whatever the technologies that I'm trying to discuss right now will have a constant grow in it as we are using a lot of internet in our daily life. So coming up to cybersecurity is mainly used to avoid the illegal access of the data, because there is a lot of information, even personal information that we are sharing into the internet. So how secure I am, how I am preserving my data, how the companies are preserving my privacy. So there comes your cybersecurity, wherein you have been protected from malware, you have been protected from hacking, you have been protected from any kind of, threat that may come across when you are sharing the data. So the basic term that we use is CIA. What is CIA? It is confidentiality, integrity, and authentication. The user that has been tried to protect it when we are trying to give our data to any of the application that we are using, or to any of the industry that made that application and they are using our data. There is a much requirement for that particular industry to protect our privacy. So to protect it, there should be a cyber security around to protect our data, right? So here again, there are a lot of jobs that have been created under cyber security. So when we talk about cyber security, it has been predicted that there are around 3.5 million job opportunities by 2020. And it is again a promising career, and basic thing, the cyber security jobs are like security engineer jobs, security analyst job, and you have a chief security officer job. So these all are much coming into picture, because as we are working with the data of the user. So next is a blockchain. Coming up to blockchain technology, this has created a lot of buzz recently, and most of the people are going towards blockchain. Basically, we call it as a Bitcoin. But what is blockchain? Blockchain is nothing but is an easier way to complete a transaction without any intermediate person or intermediate organization. Like we don't want any bank or any transactions to happen. It has digitally happened, or by using some virtual currency, we try to do one or complete a particular transaction. So it is something like easier way to complete a transaction without any online wallet, without any banking, or without any third party, uh, right? So when we talk about blockchain, the first thing we come into the first term that we come across is a Bitcoin or cryptocurrency. So it is nothing but it is something like a digital form of currency, which does not require any central authority or protection by the, and it is completely protected by strong encryption algorithm. So everything that we make is called as a record, and it is maintained in a block. And each transaction is represented as a block, and it forms the chain. The chain of transactions will form a chain. This chain we generally call it as a ledger. So all this collection of records that we do are linked with each other to protect the data by using some cryptography algorithms, right? So here, this blockchain basically meant to provide secure transactions. So for example, recently blockchain has been, not recently, maybe they have used long back, Walmart has been used this blockchain. It is just a case study which I want to tell you about. So Walmart, what they did is they have some problem in delivering bad quality products, and they want to identify exactly why this kind of delivery is happening and why the products have been returned back because of bad quality. To do that, they want to keep everything transparent, and they want to determine where the point of failure is. Exactly, it's at the time of farming or storage or transportation or processing, where exactly there is a loophole they want to identify. To do that, they have implemented the blockchain process. They started the blockchain process from the beginning, from the farming, that is from making of the product, from farming, then storage, then transportation, then process, then customer, till it is delivered to the customer. Everything has been intact by using this blockchain technology. And by doing this, it has been completely secured, and easily they can identify where the mistake has been done. This particular technology, even we were trying to propose, I think there are some researchers who are here. We are trying to propose a blockchain technology for seeds, distribution of seeds from the government to the farmer. So basically, we try to develop we have proposed a proposal on this, wherein we are trying to adopt a blockchain technology to see that there is a transparency of sending or distributing the seeds that are coming from the government agencies, and exactly it is reaching to the farm. So we can adopt this blockchain technology to keep the transparency. Whatever the government seeds that they are giving, the same seeds has been given to the farmers to sow, to do the farming. So there also we just proposed a proposal for that, for implementation of blockchain for the distribution of seeds. So like that, why we are going to this blockchain is we need security whenever we are trying to do certain kind of transactions. So whenever we are doing a transaction, there is no need of a third party involvement into it. So that can be done by using this blockchain or Bitcoin technology, and try to provide much security to whatever transactions that we are making. So what kind of job opportunities that may come across are, you can come across a lot of opportunities in this blockchain. For example, if you see my slide, I can just tell you there are 14 job openings for every one blockchain developer. So one blockchain developer will give irrespective 14 job opportunities. Like you can be a developer, you can be a blockchain designer, you can be a blockchain architect, you can be a blockchain engineer, you can be a project management, you can be a quality engineer, you can be a legal consultant. This is very important. And you can be an information security analyst. So there are a lot of jobs that have been created when you are using a blockchain technology in any of the industry. And it is much fetching and highly demand skill set that is needed by the organization. So these are the different use cases where you can find the blockchain technologies. Like you have, you can use in the digital identity, we can use in healthcare, we can use it in supply chain management, because most of the blockchain process have been implemented in supply chain management, insurance, entertainment applications, voting, everywhere where you want a secure transactions, you can use blockchain technologies. Right? Now next is IoT. So what is IoT? IoT is nothing but Internet of Things. Internet of Things is nothing but, as we are using data everywhere, Internet of Things are nothing but as things are connected to Wi-Fi, you are making your devices more smart and intelligent. So this what is meant by smart? Smart is nothing but it is trying to capture your data and say something back to you, saying that yeah, this is your data. This is what the data is speaking about me, right? They are becoming more smarter and more intelligent right now. So many things are now being built with Wi-Fi connectivity, meaning they are connected to internet and to each other. For example, if you take some applications like you can even before driving, you can even unlock if you have not switched off your lights by using any of the technologies. You can switch off your lights. Even if your refrigerator is running out of groceries, you can book the groceries. Right? There are different technologies that IoT can be used in your day-to-day life, right? So when we talk about IoT, there is one more buzzword called as IIoT, Industrial Internet of Things. So this is being used in industry, wherein rather than human interventing into the process of development of any product. For example, if I'm developing a product for glass makings, bottle making, for example, from the starting point of bottle making till the delivery part, everything is automated. Now, how many bottles it will make, where exactly it will store, how it will move, everything is been automated. So there, every process, every step of the process is capturing the information, and this information are been given to the analysis part. So when it is analyzing, anything goes wrong. For example, every case should have 6 bottles to be captured in one case. So if there is a countless, it will raise an alarm saying that there is a countless. So this is all happening by using IIoT. We call it as industrial IoT. So this data further can be used for further analysis. So all this data are stored in the cloud. So that analysis can be done and identified where the problem is or how the process is going on, everything can be used. So when we talk about IoT, basically we talk about sensors. There are different kinds of sensors that are connected together to give you the data, right? So when we talk about industry, as I said just now, you can use a heat sensor, you can use a gas sensor, you can use a temperature sensor, which keep on sensing the data and try to do the analysis. And if there is something weird happening in the data, it will try to raise a alarm, right? So here, the Internet of Things is the future, because everywhere you find, everywhere you are connected, everywhere you are connected with the internet, everywhere your data has been captured. So all these applications that you use, irrespective of whether it is a home application or your car or your booking or your phone or your watch, everywhere your data has been sensed by using the sensors, and they are exchanging the data over the internet to whoever is your, if you have a smartwatch, Apple smartwatch, the Apple Cloud will capture your data, right? So, and right now we are at the beginning of the stage, and we expect that there are around billions of applications that comes up in 2020 or beyond that by using IoT. So here, when you talk about IoT as a consumer, we use IoT for locking the doors, as I said, when if you forgot to lock your door while you're moving out of your home, or if you want to preheat your oven before reaching your home, you can even do that by sitting in your car by using just few of your fingertips onto it. Your Fitbit will do the tracking of your fitness, and how this particular data has been used by the business. For example, I will give you a good example. You are, there is a person, maybe some XYZ person, who is very lazy and he has a very bad sleeping habits. And that data he is using, for example, he is using a Fitbit, and then his data has been captured. He sleeps somewhere around at 12 o'clock, and wakes up around in the around morning 11 o'clock, and he doesn't show much interest into the fitness kind of thing. So this data has been captured by the cloud, right? So the organizations which are into fitness, the organizations which are into food delivery will make business out of it. How? Because I know that this guy has some problem with the sleeping habits. So I need to look into, and he doesn't show much interest onto the fitness. So what does this fitness industries will do? It tries to send some kind of coupon saying that these are the things that we are trying to do, wherein you can join our club or you can join our fitness center to make your life more betterment. So such kind of advertisements or such kind of revenue that we can make out of this data. So once the data is captured, data is no more, staying at one place. It has been used for further purpose. You can find so many advertisements coming into your mobile. You can find so many advertisements coming into your mails. But how it is coming? Because your data has been sold to that particular industries, wherein that industries are benefiting by your data, right? So these all are happening at backend. We just post, because once you post something on the internet, you are being public. Your data is being available to everyone to use it. So as they are using the data, they see how can they make business out of that particular data, right? Even if you for example, if you can take Swiggy. The best example is Swiggy. Like you try to order some food items for a period of 3 to 4 days. And at the weekends, it's try to recommend you, saying that you can order this particular food, or you can order. Or I'm not saying for a longer time, I'm not saying you order anything like that. Some recommendations will come. How it is coming? Because your data is there online, and your data is being used by the industries to make revenue out of your data. They are trying to send you some kind of recommendations, and you use that, and you may place the order when you get such kind of recommendations, right? So this is how the data is being used. So everywhere when you see in the industry, everywhere we are using the data, our data has been used, our data has been captured, right? So all these applications, I can say they are interconnected. They are not standalone. For example, if I take IoT, they capture the data. After capturing, what we use some ML algorithm, how it is stored. If I take IoT applications, the data has been captured. The data has been stored in some kind of cloud, or it can be edge. Now, once the data is stored, we are no further just storing it. We are bothered about what insight I can get from that particular data. So to get some insight on that particular data, what I'll do, I'll apply some machine learning algorithms or artificial intelligence algorithms on it. Once I get that or apply such kind of techniques, what insight I'm getting some insight saying that, yeah, this guy may attract to this particular offer. This guy may get attracted to this particular offer. That is how I'm making the business. The revenue has been generated by the industry. So everywhere, every place, we are bound to give our data, and every industry are using our data to make their revenue. So this is how it has been connected. So all this technologies just now which I discussed right now are interconnected, and they are playing in such a way to give a better lifestyle to the people, and at the same time they are making good profits out of it by using your data, right? So these IoTs are used not only in industry, right? They are used in healthcare sectors. They are used in everywhere. Mostly we can use IoT devices used everywhere, really. Everywhere, wherever it is needed, the IoT has been used much. And whenever we are using, even right now it is much high of IoT in agriculture, because there is a lot of IoT devices that we are using in agriculture. We basically call it, as I said, we call it as a precision agriculture, wherein rather than human identifying the soil, the moisture of the soil, how the soil is, what kind of field or farm I can sow or seeds I can sow. All this can be analyzed by using IoT, by keeping certain sensors into the agriculture field. So this IoT device will try to sense the data and send to the cloud, wherein we can do further analysis. So the different skills needed for IoT is, we have IoT security, IoT data analytics, because as I said, all these are interconnected. Nothing is standalone. For every application to make it complete, all should come together, integrated together to make one application run. So all these are interconnected. So IoT security, cloud computing knowledge should be there. There should be a data analyst, automation, and there should be understanding of embedded systems, because as I said, we are keeping the chips, the sensors, so there should be a good knowledge of embedded systems working on it, then device knowledge. So these all are prerequisite knowledge that are needed to make the IoT applications run. So basically, whatever I discussed right now, all are interconnected. Everything is interconnected. To make any application work, you need all these devices connected together and try to get a sense or get a good insight or pattern from that particular data. So this is all about the emerging trends that we have in the current era and much more to come for the next future. Thank you. If you have any further queries, please let me know. I will address your queries.
Hello. So all the participants, now it's your turn. If you have any doubts, please clarify with Dr. G. Rekha. Hello.
Yeah. I request the participants, if you have any further doubts, please clarify your doubts. I'm sorry, I'm running out of time because I have a meeting again at 12 o'clock. That is the reason I want to wind up the session. If you have any doubts, kindly let me know.
It's
Yeah.
okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Cryptocurrency. Dibin Babu is asking about cryptocurrency, ma'am.
Cryptocurrency is nothing but a digital form of currency that we basically use for blockchain. We call it as a virtual currency. So whenever we create a transaction, the transactions will create in the form of a blocks. And these blocks are meant like if I'm making a transaction with the other person, whatever blocks I create, the same blocks copy will be there with the other person also. So I can't modify it, right? It will be as it is, but modifications can't be done. That is about cryptocurrency. And it uses certain kind of encryption algorithms, some secured encryption, strong secured encryption algorithms. We basically use SHA 256 for encryption algorithms. So that is how it works in blockchain. Any further doubts?
Okay, ma'am. Vishnu is asking, is cryptocurrency is just like bitcoins?
It is just like Bitcoin's only, more or less.
Okay. Is anybody having other queries? If you have any doubts, Tushar, you can ask now. How blockchain is useful in real estate?
Yeah, yes. This is actually, again, they have proposed, I think my colleague have proposed this in real estate.
Okay, sir.
Not real estate, in case of buying and selling of land, I think. Yeah. She have meant a proposal wherein transparency between the seller and the buyer. Whenever we have a sale of land, there will be a chain of connectivities to it, right? So to make it more transparent, they are using this blockchain technology into it. But real estate, I need to go through it because I don't know exactly because my research area is completely into machine learning and artificial intelligence. But as we have a research center, we try to share all this together. At that time, we basically discuss about all these projects which are being proposed by our team members, right? So anything related to AI, machine learning, most welcome. But others also I can address. But real estate, I don't think I can give you a better answer because we have a research center in our KLH, in KL University, and every weeks we basically discuss. We involve students also into it, and we basically discuss about intra and inter research proposals. At that time, we all discuss about all these technologies and we see to it. So there was a proposal which has been raised by one of our professors for buying and selling of land without any disputes by using blockchain technology. Yeah.
Okay, ma'am.
Mm.
Then Alangar is asking about considering bitcoins, various cases are happening around the world. So, ma'am, is cryptocurrency useful in your opinion?
I think it is useful, but it is really useful because we can like we can say we can make more secure transactions by using blockchain. What I feel is that then but there should be a strong algorithms also to protect it. But if we have strong encryption algorithms, then the transparency of the transactions and the security of the transactions can be maintained by using blockchain without any third party intervention. That is what I feel.
Okay. I think very good comments you are getting, ma'am. Okay, somebody is asking about the material that you have used.
Sure, sure. I will share to ma'am, while Meena ma'am, she's the organizer of it. I'll forward to her. Maybe she can send you all. Right?
Okay. So
Any
I
further
think
queries?
it's
I will send my mail also if you have any queries related to the research part of ML, AI. You can just ping me.
ma'am, can you share your mail ID through the
Yeah,
chat box?
sure. Sure. In the chat box, you want me to share? Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, just give me
So
now. I'll just,
towards all the participants, please write your name, designation, and your email ID. And if you have any queries, again, you can contact directly with Rekha ma'am with her mail ID. Okay.
yeah.
Now
And I'm
it's time.
sorry, I'm running out of time. I couldn't spend much time on it.
Okay, okay,
But
ma'am,
thank
just
you,
2 minutes.
Paul.
Okay, ma'am, just 2 minutes. Officially, for concluding the session, I
Pressure.
call upon Mr. Anil Kumar, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science.
Good morning, all. Respected Director of Yuvakshetra College, Reverend Dr. Matthew George Varel, Principal Dr. Tommy Anthony, Vice Principal Reverend Dr. Lalu Illegal, today's resource person, Professor Dr. G. Rega, Advisor Dr. K. Veerakumar Sir, Sonal Committee members Dr. A. Venkatesan Sir and Dr. A. Kanagaraj Sir, HOD Ms. Meena Jose Kompan, research scholars, academicians, faculties, and students. Here we come to the end of this session. I take this opportunity to propose vote of thanks. All the outset, I thank our today resource person, Professor Dr. G. Rega. The session was very informative and interesting one. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
I extended my sincere thanks to advisor Dr. K. Veerakumar sir, Sonal committee members Dr. A. Venkatesan sir and Dr. A. Kanagaraj sir for your valuable guidance and motivation. I mentioned my deep sense of gratitude to the Yuvakshetra College of Management, our director, Reverend Dr. Matthew George Varey, Principal Dr. Tommy Anthony, Vice Principal Reverend Dr. Lalu Uligal for the enhancement and support provided. I would like to thank our beloved HOD, Ms. Meena Jose Kompan, and other department faculties, technical team for the support and guidance. Once again, I'm thanking you, each and everyone, on behalf of Department of Computer Science and Yuvakshetra College. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank
By
you,
this, I
sir.
would,
Once
yeah.
again, thank you to all the participants and especially Dr. Rega. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm leaving the session. I have dropped my mail ID. Further, if
Okay.
you have any queries, please let me know. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. So towards all the participants, tomorrow we have session 3, segment 3. That is the topic online content preparation and assessment. It's led the presenter is Dr. P. Senthil Kumar, Professor of Mechanical Engineering, B.V. Raju Institute of Technology, Telangana. So hope you all